Clean food, clean seeds, healthy babies, healthy bodies. Clean food, clean seeds, healthy babies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies.
Hey everybody, this is Matthew Human, MatthewHuman.com in beautiful Ashland, Oregon, and here with another clean food cooking show. Today we're going to be split into two episodes. The first one is going to be my famous kale salad. People ask me about this all the time. I love kale. It's not just a fad. Kale is... hi Kale. I love kale. In fact, I love kale so much I wrote this song for her. I call this song Ode to Kale. Kale, you grow in the garden. You're so beautiful the way the sun shines on your leaves. And Kale, I love the way you feel in my tummy. You digest so good when I massage you with lemon and salt. Okay, you're okay, I'm okay. This is my ode to Kale. So I love kale, and I love it because it grows well in temperate climates and subtropical, and you can pretty much grow it year round, even in a hoop house in the wintertime in snowy places. So we're gonna have, the first episode is gonna be the massage kale. I learned it as chud. When it was taught to me it was called chud, but I'm calling it massage kale salad. And the second episode is gonna be our dressing. It's going to be a kind of my take on a peanut dressing. It's an almond butter dressing, almond butter sauce. So we're going to have two episodes. So should we start? Here we go. The first thing I'm going to do is actually pull my hair back, because while hair does provide wonderful nutrients, people don't seem to like it in their food. So we're gonna start with the kale. Okay, we got this from the farmer's market. We washed it already, and we're gonna start. See, kale's on this stem. What we're gonna do is just pull our hand across, and we're gonna just rip it off the stem. There's various types of kale. This is the lacinato kale, or dino kale, I think it's sometimes called. I like it because it pulls off the stem really easily. You don't have to massage it quite as much, but even the Italian kale will work. So you do this. So we've now shucked all the kale off of the stems, and you can still eat the stems. My girlfriend likes to steam these, so we can, you can keep those to the side and steam those. You're gonna want a big bowl, because and while it looks like a lot of kale right now, it's actually gonna get about half this size. So we start with the kale. We shucked it, and break it up a little bit with our hands. Start getting into it. You don't have to tear it up too much, but just tear it and make it a little bit smaller. It'll make it a little bit easier to work with. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a lemon and we're gonna chop it in half. Some people use a lemon juicer to do this, but I just like to squeeze it right through my hand because I think it works just as good. Ooh, this one's actually a pretty tough lemon. We basically just don't want to get the seeds in. And sometimes you can actually roll out the lemon first so that it doesn't have the, so that it's easier to squeeze like this one. It's a little more difficult. And we're gonna do about the juice of about one whole lemon. And what this does is it creates the acidity. It's kind of like if you've ever made a ceviche, the lemon and the salt, it just kind of it kind of naturally cooks it a little bit. It starts to break it down. This one, this side. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can also, if you don't have a lemon, you can use an orange. Although lemon works a little bit better. Some people use limes, but I totally prefer lemon. I feel like it makes just the best flavor. Orange is kind of nice too. It's not quite as acidic, but it also does give it a little bit of sweetness. So if you want that. Okay, so we've used about 2 heads of kale and 1 lemon. That's about good. And now we're gonna add the other magical ingredient, the salt. And you're just gonna, it's actually, you kind of want a lot of salt for this. You might think it's like too much, but maybe like, I don't know, 1/4 cup even, maybe a little bit less. Just kind of sprinkle it up till it's nice and even. It's kind of like we're marinating it. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands and we're gonna squeeze it. This is called massaging. We're gonna squeeze it and tear it and break it. And what we're doing is kale, you see how it's kind of like a tough, it's a brassicas, and all the brassicas family has this kind of waxy outer, it's an enzyme inhibitor is what it is. And it kind of makes it so that you can't, so that it's hard for it to break down. So what we're doing is we're kind of breaking down those cell walls. And let's do this. And you'll see it's starting to get a little bit darker. And it's starting to turn into like a little bit of a mountain of dark green yumminess. And we just want to do this. We want to do it for maybe, I don't know, at least 5 minutes. You want to just massage it and love it. And you can put your intentions into it. You can think about how much you love the kale and what you want this food to do for you. It's really important to instill love into food. It's really important to have a prayerful thoughts when we're preparing food like this. And the more hands-on we put with it, I feel like the better.
I'm not an experiment, not here for corporate pleasure.
There you go. And so now you see all the lemon juice, the salt, you see it's starting to break down to this kind of like big clump. I tear it up because I think smaller pieces work better, and also it's easier to digest. A lot of people don't chew that well these days, so the smaller the pieces, the better.
Clean seeds, healthy babies, healthy body.
You want to massage it until it's this kind of dark green, and it's like kind of this little mountain of kale, like a little bump of kale. And remember, when we started, it was like this much, and now it's down to here. So that's about good when it's really dark green and it's soft, and you feel like the leaves have started to break down. That's what we want. Okay, so now we've got the kale is pretty good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our grater and start putting in the other veggies. I like carrot. It adds a nice sweetness. Adds a nice sweetness to the salad. And just kind of, I use like kind of this, the bigger one. And that seems to grate it pretty good. I'm gonna put about 2 carrots in here. Just kind of bulk it up a little bit. We're headed to a potluck, and I wanted to, bulk it up a little bit. But I generally like it pretty sweet like that anyways. I got 2 carrots.
Healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies.
Okay, so that's good. Get all the carrot out of there. So we've got our kale and our carrot, and now we're gonna do a cucumber. Start with about 3/4 of a cucumber. I think this is probably gonna be about good. And I like to cut these up really small. So I slice it into pieces. You want to be super careful not to slice your fingers. And then put it into long strips. And this is my ceramic knife. I love this knife. It's traveled with me over the years. I've had this for about 10 years, and it never really gets dull. So you want to make these kind of almost like you're making sushi is the way I do it. There's really no wrong way to do this. You can kind of do it however you like it. And we're gonna...
Healthy babies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy babies, healthy bodies.
So that's a pretty good size. These little kind of like little cubes. And salad. And next we've got, for a little bit of color, I like to put in a red pepper. Pull out the core. And if you get a few little seeds in there, it's not so bad. Seeds are actually where a lot of the nutrients are. So, you know, but they are a little bit of an odd consistency sometimes, so you don't want to get a whole bunch. So then what you do is I'll half it, and then I'll cut it into strips. Smaller the better. And then chop lengthwise and make again these little cubes.
Clean food, clean seeds, healthy babies, healthy bodies. Clean food, clean seeds, healthy babies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies, healthy bodies.
So there we've got this nice little mound of red peppers, and we just stick that right on top. Oh, and you can use this part too. Just pull it around this little part. Or you can just eat them. Yummy. What fun is making food if you can't, you know, nosh a little bit. So now we've got the kale, the cucumber, the carrot, the red pepper, and we've got this beautiful mix with the lime and the salt, or the lemon and the salt, which is already mixed in there, and it's gonna all kind of mix together and marinate a little bit. At this point, it could be done. Or if you want to, I started making this with seaweed a long time ago when I was living on the Mendocino coast, and we had fresh seaweed there. So you can soak a little bit of seaweed and put it in. I've got, you know, all I really have is a little bit of sushi nori. I try to buy the big 24 packs because these, I don't like the plastic, but I'll take just a couple sheets of nori and just rip it up. This adds a nice flavor. Kind of, some people don't like the fishiness. I personally don't mind it at all. And I just tear it into strips. Or if you have access to sea palm, or I wouldn't recommend using kijiki or kombu so much. I think sea palm or nori really kind of give it the best consistency and flavor for this. So we've got that, and then just gonna stir it all up, and it'll start to absorb the nori will absorb some of the liquid in here, and it'll kind of give it another kind of like, I don't know, kind of a meaty consistency. I kind of like the chewiness that it adds to it, and also the flavor. So there it is. This is the root of the salad. And at this point, if you just don't have a lot of time but you have a ripe avocado, what you can do is you can just cut some avocado into here and then either mash it up or stir it in, and with a little bit of salt, and that'll make a great dressing just by itself. You can go back to episode 1 of the Clean Food Cooking Show, and we made a great tahini dressing. That can be good. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to make my wonderful almond butter dressing. It's kind of like it's my own take on a Thai peanut sauce, but it's with almond butter. So that's it for part 1. Stay tuned, and we love Kale, don't we?
I'm not an experiment. Not here.
Hey y'all, I hope you've been enjoying watching my clean food cooking shows. I have enjoyed making them. They're gonna keep getting better, I promise. I'm gonna start including more music into them. But in the meantime, it would really help me out if y'all would subscribe to my channel, like the post, like my pages on social media. Subscribing is like the #1 thing you can do to help me as a musician right now. This is what all the people are looking at, is the numbers. So thanks so much for watching, and keep watching. Subscribe.
Healthy babies, healthy bodies.